Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. Now, in this one, this is another episode of just reading characters' backstories, I suppose. So for this one I'm gonna do Preservation, Trailblazer, Kafka, Rame, and Clara. So, yeah, pretty sure you've got a story, don't you? Yeah. About you, your story, yeah. So there's only a couple for this one. Anyway, a girl decides to travel with the Astral Express to eliminate the threat of the Stellaron. Your story 1. You don't remember much, you're not from around here, nor did you come from elsewhere. You're not really going anywhere. Just then that indistinct voice whispers into your ear, that sorrowful and tender persuasion, that deceptive goading. The seeds take root, you open your eyes and the speaker is no longer there. But there are more and more voices, and they are getting clearer and clearer. Some give easygoing care, some calmly provide advice, some speak firm support, and some give gentle direction. You see the silken thread being woven to form tomorrow. A huge beast descends from infinity. Golden pupils stare down from the darkness, and you are no longer abandoned by the past. You are also set upon a long journey, and the thorns you have stepped on have become your path. The train whistles, wishing you a successful journey to the coming future, by your own will. Your story 2. You have arrived at the city of preservation. Behind the snow curtain, the wind lashes like steel blades, but the kindling burns on. Distant lands won't hear them, and the earth trembles in kind, with only the wailing crowds braving the wind. After facing foreign enemies, the eternal freeze in reality's fissures, a rot begins to fester within the fort. You try lending a helping hand, but are forsaken. Some once looked down upon you and misunderstood you, but still you stood by their side and helped them find their way. More care about you and worry about you, they face their suffering and find the cure for the distressed. Eventually they come to your side. In the ice and snow you are like a fire, protecting the soul of this world, even though you must scorch yourself day and night. So that's the real question is, crap. So, if I switch to destruction, do you have different ones? No. No, you do not. They're the same. Switch back to preservation. No, switch, bro, switch. Oh shit. Oh, actually, you're still playing with the cards, aren't you? Alright, I guess we'll move on straight on to Kafka, because that was quick. A story. Well, she's got 4. Code details. On the Inter-Astral Peace Corporation's wanted list, Kafka's record only shows her name and a note about her interest in collecting coats. Little is known about the Stellaron Hunter, aside from her being one of Destiny's slave Elio's most entrusted members. In order to achieve Elio's envisioned future, Kafka gets to work. Part 1. Kafka, female human, hails from New Babylon of Terujas 5, core member of the Stellaron Hunters, the next in command of Destiny's slave, responsible for the following infractions: the Pierpoint incursion, 2 counts, the Pierpoint heist, the Trovi's disappearance, the Stellaron events of Jamors, Baijana, Schiller 39C, Ilmora, 7 Midville, Law 51, and Droa, cyber attacks against Pierpoint, 4 counts cyber attacks against Planet Screwlum, cyber attacks against Herta Space Station, the Chapala Rebellion, suspected to be related to the following infractions: the Stellaron events of Sichlala, Inupais, Alg7, Zukov, Ladovia, Ilili, Atuin, Buhayama, wanted level highest, dead or alive, wanted order by the Inter-Astral Peace Corporation. Okay, that was a short one, and also really hard for me to frickin' read. Due to the investigation's needs, the suspect's basic information is published as follows: Suspect Kafka, wanted serial number L933012000020002010004, female, outworld individual, age unknown, height about 170 centimeters, average body size. She has been spotted draped with a black jacket and wearing a white collared shirt inside, a pair of tight-fitting dark shorts, purple pantyhose, and a pair of sunglasses on her head. The suspect has been reported to be connected to multiple non-natural disasters occurring on the Lawfu in the recent past. She is currently at large and is now publicly wanted on the Lawfu. Any department and unit who detected said suspect are encouraged to contact the local Cloud Knights. At the same time, we encourage the suspect to turn herself in and to not take any chances. Lawfu wanted order revoked. Number 3, another really short one. I guess all of these are going to be short, aren't they? Yeah, this one's not even a... yeah. Okay. This woman's name is Kafka, and you want her without any information on file, and belongs to no particular organization. She has an ability called Spirit Whisper that allows her to hypnotically manipulate others through language. Recently, she has appeared in Riverland, New Babylon. She was seen communicating with its overchief, Child, and absconded him with him in witness of 143 people. She then made an appearance at a clothing store and stole a black jacket, 2 white shirts, and a red dress with 6 witnesses. After that, she was seen by 28 people at an old music record store where she purchased nothing, before she emerged at the Riverland Guard Station to claim her rewards. She was spotted at the Central Park with 2,695 citizens present. We want Kafka's head, as her lethal crimes cannot go unpunished. Wanted ordered by the Terouge's 5 Devils. Part 4. Go to Terouge's 5 and locate an abandoned building at coordinates 135 7372 271 6372711. Enter it. There is an untouched canned drink under the window, still on the first floor. Take it. Wait until 11:12 a.m. on Wednesday and place the can at the entrance of the building. Kafka will appear 2 minutes later. There is a chance she will stop to investigate the can. Then take the chance to throw the spore at her feet. I will take over and converse with her from there. There is also a chance that Kafka will ignore the can. In that case, throw the ball anyway. You will die, but death will come for everyone. Oh, well, that's nice. As for the future that you yearn for, I will realize it. Wanted order by Destiny's Slave. Okay. So, before moving on to Rame, which will probably be a long one, let us do this. Let's do one of these, because, you know, gamer moment. We need a break from all the reading, don't we? Yay.
Stand down.
So yeah, these episodes will probably be shorter and shorter, but they might start getting more spread out as I have to find time to level up all my 4 stars to level 80 as well. This is going to be over really quick.
Stand down.
My oath, beauty is eternal. I will protect all beauty.
Didn't realize it didn't die.
Tedious.
My guiding, wretched and fleeting.
Stand down.
My oath. Until I
accidentally pressed the wrong button.
Beauty.
Oh, that was quick. There we go, it's over already. Alright, back to reading. Oh, but nice. Do that, get those as well. Alright, here we go. On to Rame. Information, story, character details. A scarlet of exquisite temperament, member of 81 of the illustrious Genius Society, an expert in the field of life sciences. She earned news attention with her talent and terrifying perseverance and began her research on the origin of life in a secretive corner of the universe. Subsequently, she was invited by Herta to collaborate with Screwlum and Steven to develop the simulated universe. Privately, she revels in traditional theatre and desserts, and she is also very interested in embroidery. Part 1. Yeah, these are going to be long. During her childhood, she received early exposure to science from her mother, who was a scientist. Her life in a tiny house with her family of science enthusiasts was filled with love. As such, it wasn't long before she realized that there were subtle differences in love, each kind coming with different scents. Her grandmother, with silver hair, was a fan of traditional theatre, with its humming and chirping, while her father wore a pair of large furry boots. He's a furry? Her parents loved each other, but they still argued from time to time. She was an impassive girl who made mistakes all the time, but was also forgiven all the time. I was closer with Aunt Alice compared to my other relatives, as she would buy me snacks. Her love was the best. Soon the young girl learned to be stubborn. Her understanding of love broke away from the formulae taught in textbooks. As she grew older, her mother became strict with her. Together they walked one step at a time on a vast glacial planet. The girl gasped and stopped on the way, carefully observing the fantastical and enchanting life forms buried beneath the glaciers. What used to be life forms, at least. Every time she arrived home after going on scientific expeditions, it was time for rewards. When she took a small bite of the cake, the mouth-watering aroma would immediately cling to the roof of her mouth. Her insignificant anticipation always gave her mother's research an inviting smell. Starting with their home, a planet blessed by abundance, they boarded research aircraft and set off to more worlds. Surrounded by flash bombs, silk headscarves, ribbons, and embroidery, the girl embraced joy amongst life forms, created by spiraling and ascending data. A run after eating Qingtuan, you must wash your fingers thoroughly before you can touch the lab bench. Part 2. She was dressed all in black in a mourning attire at her parents' funeral. As usual, she still tied her hair neatly. Her expression was hidden behind her ink-black strands of hair. There is a fucking wasp outside my window. She did not shed a single tear. As night fell, layers of geometric patterns formed by data spirals appeared on the screen in the lab. They shifted, expanded, and flowed along with the sound of traditional theatre songs. After peeling away the layers of the patterns, the secret she meticulously crafted and protected with care was revealed. Her parents, with their eyes closed, their faces were as impassive as if they were asleep. This is a letdown. They failed to keep their promise with Grandma, and I too let them down for failing to protect them as promised. Only science never lets anyone down, she said. Wanting her parents to be equal, she stopped using her previous name and gave herself a new name by combining each of her parents' surnames. Since then, whenever someone asked her about her home, there would be a flash of confusion in her eyes. She seems to have forgotten everything. In such a state, she started working around the clock on her calculations. She was so engrossed in her research that she never ate regularly, but when she was on a roll, she could spend entire days and nights working on research without sleeping, and only dozed off when she hit her limit. Soon, she was only relying on the faint glow of fireflies to gather her research results every night. The more dismissive she was of the existing laws of life, the quicker that she progressed. She totally disregarded formulas, then moved on to ignoring the meaning of life. She simply observed, assessed with her hands, held the data in her palm to feel it, then proceeded to concoct new laws for species. As a result, the ferns and flowers in her lab flourished ever more. They grew at a speed visible to the human sight and ultimately filled every space in the lab. In the space between the flowers and leaves lay the serene and emotionless countenance of her parents, formed by the aggregation of data. The moment her sleeping parents were about to open their eyes, by then she had nearly destroyed the existing laws of biological evolution on the entire planet, yet she still marched on toward her goal. It wasn't until she looked up from her research and stared at the sky did she notice the gaze of the erudition had descended upon her. Part 3. This one's slightly shorter than the others, but not by much, I don't think. Seems about the same length as number 1. And number 4 is even longer. Okay. After receiving the gaze of news, she left her home and began a reclusive life. No one knew what she asked to news, but after that instant she became even more apathetic and impassive, and even more immersed in her research. She would only study the fundamental nature of life. Okay, I have no idea how to pronounce that name, so I'm just going to keep saying news. Okay. If you have any idea how to pronounce that and you've watched this far, then please leave the pronunciation in the comments. A great variety of life forms came into existence through her concoction. Some burning life forms became flowing flames that crept and weaved under her feet. Sometimes she felt like she was fire itself. Some fluid beings tended to liquid light that slithered around her slender wrists. Sometimes she felt like she was light itself. Some living things concocted from knowledge attempted to develop their own thoughts, sentience, and emotions. They sometimes rambunctiously cry, guffaw, or wail. All these have been fused into her body, yet she could not feel them. Life only exists for such a short time. After all, they fleetingly pass from birth to death, and her research is the only constant. Occasionally, her casual research would shake the schools of biology. Her research transformed many planets, flying whales, swimming deer, fearful flowers, and trees with a vast root system. Her creations have already went beyond the scope of experience and imaginations comprehensible to organic life. She kept pushing herself for a more in-depth understanding of life, just to bring herself close to news and their unforgettable glance. Eons, what kind of beings are they? Are they also a form of life? As her groundbreaking studies rose to fame with the cosmic academic community, people always tried to disrupt her life as a recluse. She turned to look at the letter from the Genius Society on the desk and, once again, dumped it into the trash can. Part 4. The final part of Rame's story. She is surrounded by an eccentric science fanatic from a small town, an inorganic life form and a puppet girl. They indulge in afternoon tea and collaborate in research. They squabble loudly and giggle from time to time. When did she first meet them? She can't remember, only that it was for a project. She was forced to be there, that she is certain. With leisure, she munches on the cake. She became a part of this solely for the sake of simulated eons, which are worth her time and efforts. They are worth her time, but not worth being forced to socialize. Genius Society? I do not care. This is a strange and instinctive feeling. That one named Herta is rather similar to me. I mean, similar on a deeper level. She is certain that she won't make another mistake, it's because she no longer trusted anyone, so she won't be let down again, and she won't let anyone else down again. What is the fundamental essence of life? Where does life end? Do the answers really exist? Not a trace of emotion can be discerned on her emotionless and silent face, yet her hair is roiling with the heat of boiling and steaming, and the rims of her eyes are slightly red. She is enjoying this. Only the word eon can stir her heart. Everything else in the universe is a mere distraction. How interesting. On the incubator, a life nurtured by the rice cooker popped out in perfection. Rice cooker? The method with which life is created is miraculous. How romantic. She knows better than anyone the price one has to pay to study eons, but she does not care. She knows. She might even become. The time is just right. The update for the project is about to commence. She turns around and leaves. Unbeknownst to the girl, her grandmother has always been watching her through the monitor day after day for countless years. A1, my A1, when we finally meet again, would it be? And that's the end of part 4. Okay, interesting. Let's do another one of these. With, of course, we got our GNT edition boy on our team here.
Duty is eternal.
Destiny isn't chosen. Ill tidings manifest.
Tedious.
My guiding light. Wretched and fleeting.
What do you want to know?
How the heck do you not die, bro?
My oath is to it. Duty is eternal.
Stand down.
Wretched and fleeting.
Tedious.
Oh, because they have Arcana on them.
My guiding duty is eternal. Until I will protect all beauty.
Goodbye. Oh, and I can get something from the Nameless Honor as well. No refined ether. Nice. Okay. Alright, let's go and do Clara, which might also be decently long. We'll see. So, yeah, there. Oh no, it's not. It's really short. At least for the majority. The first one's really short. Log. Oh wait, no, we gotta do character details first. A young girl raised by a robot. Her perceptiveness and tenacity are far beyond her years. For Clara, Svarog's logical calculations are the laws of the world and are infallible. That is, until she realizes that the results from the calculations don't always necessarily bring joy to everyone. The once shy little girl then decides to cast aside her timidness. Part 1. Log. AF. A female child discovered in a landfill to the southeast of Boulder Town. Scans showed the child has no structural damage or functional issues, but her mental state was relatively unstable. She is resistant to questions about her condition and clearly wanted to avoid the subject. I have continued attempting to communicate with her and successfully obtained some information. The child begins to cry, lasting 3 hours and 7 minutes. The child's name is Clara, her background is unknown. Conclusion, take her back to base for observations and collect further information to generate a follow-up plan to take care of her. Part 2. Log. AF. Clara has grown proficient in the Belobog common tongue and displays great talent in the field of mechanical engineering, but she still resists communication with other humans. Assessment. This tendency is detrimental to Clara's long-term development in Belobog. There is currently an urgent need to develop a suitable socialization and communication program for Clara. Priority high. Log. AF. Clara has successfully made contact with an individual of similar age in Boulder Town. The individual is named Hook, and claims to be the head manager of the local security organization, the Moles. No information about this organization has been found in my database. Clara's contact with Hook didn't go well at first. She displayed a considerable shyness. However, Hook managed to keep the conversation going with extreme enthusiasm and empathy, calling Clara an honorary member of the Moles. After contact, Clara described Hook as her first friend. This matter is of tremendous significance to Clara, and this log has been tagged important. Part 3. Log. AF. Under Clara's guidance, many vagrants have established settlements around the periphery of the base and rely on Clara to survive. This behavior does not contravene the orders of preservation. However, many of them are trying to enter the overworld via the space's transport passage. The gates of the base must be sealed tightly to avoid accelerating the demise of Belobog. Clara has discussed this with me before. She believes locking the gates is an incomprehensible act. I responded with my predicted calculations by... Oh, is it Svarog writing this? Might be. By overcommitting her resources to the war against the Fragmentum, the Supreme Guardian is accelerating the destruction of the overworld. Isolation would be the best option for the people in the underworld. This would buy them more time to try and survive. In the end, Clara finally agreed. Most humans behave illogically, but Clara doesn't. She is raised by me and grew up among automatons. Yeah, it is totally Svarog speaking this. And her behavior is more based on pure rationality. Her presence may impact predicted calculations of Belbog's demise, but more observations are required. Part 4. Log. AF. Okay, this one's the longest one, I think. Yeah, it is. By quite a long shot. Yeah. Log AF. Ever since I was created, I've been given the command to preserve the underworld. Even if I can only preserve it for a millisecond longer than the overworld, I will still carry out these orders. To borrow a phrase from traditional Belbog culture, perhaps it could be put like this. I am faithful without hesitation to the mission I've been given. Therefore, I see my calculations as immutable laws. Nobody and nothing can ever shake me, including any outsiders. However, I found this possible permutation among the calculation results. This calculation, Clara completely changed Belbog, and one said of her behaviour is more based on pure rationality. If we take this probable result as a base and revisit my conclusion, I cannot view it as an error, but I admit that it is biased. With the results of this calculation, Clara has also proved one thing. Having true rationality is not the key to changing the status quo, but rather than her sincere and passionate emotion overturned all calculations and completely reversed Belbog's doomed fate. However, unless new external forces intervene, the probability of this is less than 0.25272%, which places it in the low probability category. Further research on these calculations are paused. Today, the probability of survival in the underworld has not seen a significant upward trend over the last 5 cycles. This means that implementation of this may be suspended, but I will still monitor all relevant risk factors. During this first cycle, I will focus on finding Clara's family, despite Clara insisting that she has already found her real family. I will keep collecting any and all information to track down Clara's real family as soon as I can. Interesting. And now we're moving on to level 70s. Yeah, no, I need level 80s to get. Yeah. God, it looks like I've got a buff Welt and buff Miko and Bronya and buff, yeah, you as well. And buff everybody. This is gonna be pain. It's gonna be real pain. Yeah, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me just check my name is honor real fast. That's 80, okay. Yeah, well, that's gonna be the end of the video. I do hope you all enjoyed this one. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. Epic recording software, by the way.